Hi, I'm Max Milne. I'm a Psyche-sponsored athlete, and today we're at Last Sundance, which is my local wall in Leeds, and Psyche is going to be following us about as I show you a typical training day. So a typical day of training usually consists of me waking up, having some food, phoning my coach Mark every single day, annoying him, just being like, what am I doing today? And then he'll tell me what's on the plan. So today I've got light fingerboarding, and then I got a warm-up, move well on the wall, and I got a circuit session, and then after that I got some conditioning to do. Last year there was no competitions, or I competed twice when it was going to be my first year as a senior competitor. So that was quite hard mentally. Something that COVID has taught me is that you have to be flexible with your goals, as it's hard to have something written in stone because you don't know if it's going to change or not. What helps me deal with all these things is like meditation and breath work, as I find like I can center myself really well, and like competitions, I love that, it's my passion, but it's not like, there's way harder things in life to deal with. Like when I was a kid, my mum was passed away because of cancer. So if I think about that, which I usually do, I'm like, okay, so I can't compete, but I've dealt with way harder stuff, so I know I'm going to be strong and can get through this. But also, it's like, it's a competition. Like, I've got a good life, I've got to be grateful for what I have, and not just dwell on, oh, I want to compete, blah, 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 because I train because I love to train, and I love to compete. So I still get to train, so that's the main thing. When COVID first hit, I was living with my coach. Well, my coach is Mark and Ellie, and they, lucky enough, they had a board. So when all the gyms shut, I still had a place to train. And I stayed with them for like a year and a half. So I was just grafting consistently for a year and a half with my coaches there every day. So that was really good, and I just did what they told me and got up, trained, stretched, ate, slept good. It was literally, I made the best out of that scenario, and I'm really grateful that I was able to have someone to train and have a good support system as well. I got really strong throughout lockdown. I made a lot of strength gains, but moving well is really important, and that is one thing which I now really focus on, is no matter how strong you are, if you can't climb, then it means nothing. So climb well, and that's the main thing. In a typical week, my training consists of 6 days on climbing and conditioning. Some days easier than others, but I always rest on Fridays, so that's the building blocks of what my week usually looks like. So I'll either do like 1 or 2 sessions a day, and then every second day I'll run or other things. And then at the moment, and since lockdown happened and stuff, we're just doing heaps and heaps of different things and building like a round base to make me the best in all aspects and fill as much holes as possible. And then we'll taper off for competitions. To go into a competition, the most prepared I can be. I gotta be not only training as hard as possible and feeling confident in my trainings, but I have to be mentally prepared as well. So that, for me, that's meditating and breath work. Like, they're really important for me to have a clear mind and just be content and happy with life and where I am as a person. And then doing little things like cold showers every day, which is a nice little mental toughness thing I love to do. That also like makes me feel that, okay, I can do that every day. And then it helps, and it's just tiny little things which build up and makes me more confident. And I feel like when I go into competitions, I'm invincible no matter the result. Like if I win or if I lose, then it's all good. And a quote which Mark says to me a lot is a Zen proverb, and it's just before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. And that is like, I keep that close to my heart because I love to train. I do the things day in, day out, and after I get good results, I'll go back and keep chopping wood and carrying water. So that's my mindset most of the year. Speaking about motivation, I kind of put that to one side because motivation is good, but you need discipline, and that's what I often go after, is discipline first, because motivation comes and goes. Then when you're motivated, training's easy, and when you're not, it's harder. But if you got that discipline, you're like, okay, I gotta get up at 8. You get up at 8. So that's the biggest thing. And I'm like, okay, I'm not motivated today, but I was motivated yesterday, so I try not to worry about motivation because I love this sport and it makes me happy every single day. So I know if I get up and do it, I'm more likely to smile. Not every day is going to be perfect, especially like training 6 days a week. You're going to be tired, motivation up and down, all this stuff. But to think about the bigger picture, just like knowing this is what I love to do and I get to train every day, that makes it a lot easier to deal with. And also having this open mind of I've dealt with way harder things in the past and I'm sure I will deal with a lot harder things in the future. So it's try and be present and just be like, okay, things happen, things are always changing, and just take a deep breath and keep going. So my big goals and plans, so long term, obviously, it's become world champion, and it's not just become world champion, it's I want to dominate, I want to win a whole season, I want to flash every boulder in a World Cup, I want to not just do it, but do it like it hasn't been done before. And also, through succeeding in competitions and then moving out to outdoors later, past competition career, I want to inspire people to follow their passion. Often I've never felt like, in school, I had a lot of friends, all this stuff, but I was the only one in my school to climb, so I was quite different in that way. And then when I came into the climbing community, I was like, I got this skinhead, I'm like used to wear tracksuits all the time, like I didn't necessarily fit in like with the rest of the climbers. So it's like, I want to show like people who I grew up with that they don't have to go down this bad path that I got away from, and I feel like other people can as well. So that drives a lot of motivation for me, of an extra boost of, okay, I'm going to be world champion, and I want to do it not just for myself, because that's firstly I want to do it for me, but all these other people, I'm like, come on, if you want to be a football player, you can do that. If you want to do art, do art. It's like, it's hard, and I'm extremely lucky to have the support I have, and I'm aware of that, but I had this idea firstly, and then I worked for it. Thanks for watching. I enjoyed that. I hope you did as well, and I hope you saw a little insight into my mind and my training. And yeah, subscribe to Psyche, follow me on Instagram, follow them on Instagram. I'm Max the Future, and yeah, peace.